Hi and welcome to The Venture. I'm Suzi Dafnis and I'm here with Robert Gerrish and Valerie Khoo. Today we're talking about online marketing. The ability to market your business online has been around for a little while, but the options for you have changed. It's no longer the humble website that provides an opportunity for you to reach customers around the world. Robert, online marketing has changed. How?
Well, in your intro there, you said it's not the humble website. I mean, it's not just the humble website. I think, you know, I think a website still has its place, most definitely, for most businesses. But there are so many other ways, whether it's through forums, directories, social networking. You know, there's so many ways that we can be found. I think we've just got to be careful that when we are found, we're found, you know, doing the right things in the right places. But I think for a business to develop a kind of focused strategy on, okay, where am I going to put my time? Where am I going to invest my dollars in online marketing? You know, say the options have never been greater than they are at the moment.
I think there's definitely a lot of other opportunities, and two that I seriously hope business owners consider are, number one, blogging, because blogging is a way for you to showcase your expertise and for your audience to get to know you, through your voice and your personality, but also think about guest blogging. So you're not only reaching the people who are coming to your blog, you're actually reaching people who read other people's blogs. So blogging and guest blogging are really, really important.
Just explain guest blogging.
So for example, I might guest blog on Robert's blog, or I might guest blog. I find another blog that actually has my target audience, and I offer a exclusive post that isn't just a repeat of something on mine, but something that's really targeted to that blogger's audience, and that opens my market up to that person's community as well. But in addition to that, never underestimate the power of the email newsletter. That's something that we use all the time at the Sydney Writers Centre. We have a weekly newsletter, and without a doubt, every time we send it out, sales occur. So never underestimate the power of an email newsletter if done well.
And that's a really good point, because a lot of us have a lot of email traffic. I know I subscribe to a lot of newsletters. Some have cut through, some I read, some I click delete.
I think a lot of it is people don't necessarily understand what they need to be writing about in their blogs or in their newsletters. And it's having the shift from just banging on about your business to actually writing something that's interesting to your customer. And I think the point that Valerie raises about blogging is very, very valuable. But there are also a lot of people listening and watching who'll be thinking, well, that's all very well, but I can't write, or I don't have time to write. And I think the thing is, we can still share valuable information, whether we wrote it or not. You know, there's so many ways that we can actually post articles written by other people, with their permission, of course, that will still be valuable to our audience. But it doesn't have to be stuff that we generate ourselves. If we can and we feel comfortable writing and posting and emailing, of course we should. But if we don't, then there are other ways to do it. You know, there's so much content these days. And our job should be, as business owners, is to think about, okay, what does my target audience, what do they really want to know, and where can I find that information? Is it stuff I'm going to write myself, or is it stuff I'm going to source elsewhere, and pull it all together and become the kind of center of that information? And it's, yeah, I mean, I think that using the tools that Valerie talked about are very valuable, but we shouldn't view it as another pressure of something else I've got to do in my week. You know, there are ways that we can do this without generating it all ourselves, I think.
One of the ways that I know the Flying Solo community communicates, but also is a wonderful opportunity for members of that community to market themselves, are your forums.
Yeah, look, forums are wonderful. I mean, there's just some way of thinking they're a little bit kind of last century, but they're so valuable. I mean, we've got, I don't know, 28,500 members in our forums, and usually at any point of the day or night there's 300 or 400 people in there nattering away. And the wonderful thing is that small businesses particularly are very, very open at sharing their expertise with others. So the discussion that is created throughout forums, it can be wonderful, and it's a very good, very live kind of place to demonstrate your skills and your knowledge and share your expertise. And we have a number of people on our forums that do very well in terms of business growth because of exactly that. You know, people are seeing them, they're watching them, they're hearing how they approach topics, how they answer people, how they respectfully respond to people. Fantastic for business. Forums is a terrific thing.
And I think with forums or any other form of discussion, the rule is be generous. You know, don't think, oh, you're giving away too much. Don't think, oh, you know, I really should be paid for this advice.
Right.
Be generous, because if people think, wow, if I'm going to get that for free, imagine what I would get when I pay. So, you know, be generous.
Now, one of the areas we haven't mentioned yet, because it would probably be 10 episodes worth, is marketing your business online via social networks. And I know for us, our Facebook page more and more becomes a way that we can communicate immediately with our members. Just this morning, we had a news outlet contact us saying, we're looking for a woman of a particular age in a particular industry. Who do you have? Now, we have a great online member directory. You mentioned directories earlier, that we go into and we go, okay, looking for this sort of person. The criteria we may not have had, like they needed someone of a particular age. We may not have had that information, but I could go onto my Facebook page and say, media opportunity with this magazine, are you a woman of this age with this, you know, right here. And it adds value to those who are following us. It's promoting us as an avenue where you can get free promotion, and it costs me nothing, except a bit of time.
And we live in an age of instant feedback and instant connection. So that's where the online marketing landscape has also changed, because you can straight away get a response from your community, whether that is as a sale or just a discussion.
I want to go back to the Humble website because I want to get your take on this, and mine is that it's still the key, it's still the king of online marketing. I think that because, you know, you can be in a directory, you can be in a forum, you can market on Facebook, but someone else owns all of that usually. But your website is your website, and I really believe in pulling people back there.
Yes, I think so, but again, to some extent it depends on the nature of your business, I think. You know, certainly you run a community, I run a community, and Valerie has a community around her business also. So for us to draw people back to our kind of home, if you like, is certainly something that's very important to us. But for a number of people, I mean, take the example of a plumber, let's say. If a plumber, you know, tradesman is out there and they want their phone to ring, they want their next job, then arguably they may not need a website. If they're on a good directory and they're being found,
good point.
You know, then they don't really need a website. So, but I think that I think the websites for a lot of businesses are becoming less and less important. I mean, I still believe though that yes, it's nice to have somewhere where you can control exactly the message, and you can have your free download reports and your means of kind of beginning a connection. But I think again, each business needs to sit down and think about, okay, what am I trying to achieve through being online? Where's the best place for me to be? If it's a website, then fine. We can buy, you know, we can get websites free from Google, or we can spend a few $100s, or we can spend many thousands. You know, there's a number of ways to do it, but you just got to sit there and think about what's right for my business, I think.
Absolutely. And I think ultimately, in wrapping up today, the message is to be online. There's lots of opportunities to market online, and frankly, if I go into a search engine and I look for your name, whether it's in Google or Bing or whatever it is, and I don't find you, then you really do not exist. So whatever you do, get online. Thank you for joining us here on The Venture, and we'll see you next time.